Our last video you published about the late Major Boakye Djan no. Who the entire or yeah na adwene say obejoin the Ghana Army. Was section we mu no. The late Major Boakye Djan who the entire tie kuo bi na ye Free African Movement farm. Na young soldiers na was saa kuo no mu. Tina the late former President Rawlings and so a member. Osadi to just say farm ye na omo 2 strategies. Na omo main one no need the deliberate plan. And the other one see a quick action. Intini their strategy no. June 4th came as a quick action. Osadi to the entire na was a June 4th AC. If we say na Rawlings Aroshe 15th May 1979 cool ama wa faili. Intini ya channel na ye try no. Inti eventually no tribunal no according to conclusion June 4th 1979 and anke be executed late President Rawlings but June 4th na Boakye Djan and so the boys say almost be Rawlings every jail honum no sad can say ade a force o mama June 4th e buy and say one obi enim say the best friend any Rawlings into no na the first suspects and a two okonya later bi military intelligence office Emma who say Nigerian head of state Obasanjo actually letter abre FWK akufu say on cancel Rawlings try no na on executing no owia online and the friends in na no execute your money na say o man discourages ade we ne say omo successful a best friend aba nearby countries especially Nigeria ade ba ko osade kan ho ni say before June 4th no 5 p.m. say ade be chine cool ni e blow up or that Wellington academic formation who say and the basabasa BBC war 5 battalion into the commander of 5 battalion Efre Boakye Djan and then crop for so mumra into see a friend on yem shino onim say is a cool na blow no obi akobo ne din ti ne friend into work say e be che no say e be ne ba onim ba onya akukuduro ekoi into okoi na ne CEO ne ka kire ne say na boa or that Wellington afre aka kire say wonya intelligent bi say enanwumbre basabasa bi betimi asi wo 5 battalion into no Boakye Djan no na all command ne say on stop sa ade no ono a all plan ade no a blow up ono so ne asa fa ne say on si ano kwa na che say o man suspect say bibi betime free ono Boakye Djan honom kra ba into somehow no e ma June 4th operation no a bit easier e ma omo osade kan ho e kire the structures of the AFRC e de to dwa say na Rawlings enye in charge at all.
This 1970 July I joined up, right? 31st October was the commissioning day. I set up a Free Africa movement of similar young men that I had met at the academy and were plotting, even then, of having to have a Ghana change course.
Okay.
Right? So I joined up and started getting things done in the Free Africa movement, which I set up.
I see.
That piloted the whole operation. And then, by 15th May, was not intended to happen.
Was not intended to happen?
No. As a matter of fact, he will admit, he called me to the then Tourist Hotel now.
So you're talking about former President Rawlings, but you planned June 4th with him?
What I'm saying is that it had been planned long before.
Oh, okay.
June 4th.
Okay.
I'm coming to the build up to it, you know. So he called me on the 15th, I think on the 10th May, and told me the time was up for us to move. I said, move to do what? I said, no, don't try it. You could be a cannon fodder, you know, if you did. And he didn't listen to me. But he respected me then, as I believe now. And on 14th May, I was on duty. The only fighting unit in Accra was 5 Battalion.
Oh, okay.
And I was the D Company commander, and I was on duty that day. And he had planned to come to my unit early in the morning to compromise, dragging me into the whole operation.
Okay.
Unfortunately for him, I had left earlier. He was about 10 minutes late than planned by him. And he came in and he said, where is Usi? He said, Usi has gone home. I believe he banged the rifle on the ground, and the rifle started dancing, you know. And he took one of the military trucks available, and the rest is history. He went back to Air Force Station and he was arrested. And that, see, when we were planning, we used two methods. We decided that...
That's planning June 4th?
June 4th.
Okay.
You say we'll adopt a deliberate planning method. And earmarked timeline was 1984 to coincide with the division, the scramble for Africa by the Berlin Conference and all that. Because we believe that to unite a landmass, a continent as large as Africa, you need to have a civil war. It's never happened in history. American Civil War, the Russian Civil War, Chinese Civil War. We couldn't see how Africa could be different. So we wanted to pioneer a warring culture that would force us to, at least by 1984, would have also reached a certain rank level that we could take over and change the direction of the armed forces in the intervention of the country. So that was the deliberate plan we embarked on. But we also had a sub-plan, what we call quick action. If you were surprised, you need to then, put your deliberate plan aside and did it. So 15th May came to us as a surprise.
Okay.
And forced our hands.
Okay. To go into June 4th.
June 4th.
Okay. So, to be clear, June 4th never had former President Rawlings' involvement. He was arrested.
He was in jail.
He was in jail.
That's right.
But since he forced your hand, and those of you who planned June 4th, your hand, why was it necessary to bring him out of jail then?
You see, I had been in military intelligence before I moved to take command. And I have friends there. Well, one morning, I was woken up and shown a letter, a note from Obasanjo to FWK Akufo then, that he should stop the trial of Rawlings, execute him immediately, and round up all his friends, and send it like they do in Nigeria.
Okay.
And it was very serious. Now, most of your listeners may not know, I was his best man at his wedding.
Yes, of course.
So I was number one suspect on the list.
That was interesting. Yes.
You see? So I had to actually move away from deliberate planning into quick attack. And that's why we had to bring him in the sense that during his trial, you see, there's a proverb in my language, so, because during his trial, he took a stand that endeared him to the people of this country, Therefore, he was a very popular figure at that time. Even though I've been writing some stimulating articles in Ghanaian Times and all that, compared to what he was saying at that time, and the way the country have been run down, he had become popular. So he said, okay, let's get rid of him. Because if we don't, we are next on the line. And then get to do what we have to do quickly. Okay. So you move away from deliberate plan to quick attack. That's June 4th.
That's how you had to get, what they call it, former President Rawlings out of jail in this particular case.
It's a self-interest also.
So let's be clear. So how come he became the leader of the AFRC?
That was something that, again, I signed out to fate, because immediately he went, the 15th May group actually released him from the guard room, the BNI barracks, what you call it now. He went straight to broadcasting house and announced that we had taken over and disappeared.
But he didn't plan with June 4th in mind?
No. But he had disappeared. And if we presume...
he did the announcement?
He did the announcement.
But he wasn't part of those who did the coup?
No, he was arrested. He was picked.
Yes, but my difficulty is that, so when he was given a chance to leave jail, the guard room, how is it that he became the person who went to do the announcement?
First of all, my number two, Ayumambio, had instructions to pick him. He was the one who was picking from the guard room or wherever he was and bring him to our headquarters at the former Champon's house with the squash court. That's where we had our initial conspiratorial meetings and stuff like that. He then, those who planned with him in 15 May took him straight to broadcasting house. Because remember, we are having a double plan. And he announced the takeover and disappeared.
Okay. So that's how he became the leader of the FRC?
No, I'm coming to that. So we waited. In fact, we learned from Artes and your boy's mistake, 1967. So I slept at the Air Force station that night. A lot of people don't know this. My witnesses are wing commander, 2 wing commanders who are alive. I don't want to mention their names here now. But I slept over, and about 3 o'clock when I was putting up government structures on the ground, because we had then got a 48-hour engagement. We took over. Former General Odadewonten rolled us back from Broadcasting House. We chased him to Nimet police station and all that. So we fought and fought until 48 hours later that things calmed down. We won. It's then he came from where he was hiding. The information we had at that time is that he was with Guzi. In his Guzi was then a student at the university.
Guzi Tano?
Yes.
I see.
That's why they became friends.
That's interesting.
He took a cover there. And then he walked in, and as usual, the boys were hailing him. I said, "Hey, Cheno, that's our code name. Sit down. You are the chairman. I'm the head of government. We are using Akufo-Addo relationship, constitutional bicephalous arrangement. You are ceremonial head of state."
So people are clear. The bicephalous is like a double head.
Double head.
You have a ceremonial president, and when there's a prime minister.
Executive prime minister. So I was effective throughout the 4 months. You know, that's the structure we used.
Okay, so you were
the head of government.
Head of government, yeah.
That's right, and official spokesman. So there was nothing left for him to do.
That's interesting.
That's right. But he was good on the hustings.
Okay.
You know, talking. So we sent him to Temale, Takoradi, and then we go down to do the actual work that had to be done. That's why we managed the 4-month rule in that way, you know. So he became a leader by the force of circumstances of the situation. Because if we hadn't moved and achieved what we did, we would all be dead by now. Because Obasanjo had given clear instructions to Akufo that, look, don't play with these small boys. If they succeed, it will come to us.
Yeah.
So get rid of them. Once you kill him, stop the nonsense. And as a matter of fact, he was going to be executed on the morning of June 4th.
That's interesting.
That's right. Even though I was plotting it, it blew up. The coup blew up at 5 p.m. when I had seen Nana's mother, Mrs. Abuchi, who was living then at airport residential area. I came home and I was told, I came to barracks and I was told that the coup had been blown up and that we were required to meet a commander, 5 battalion. Everybody should go there. Charlie, it wasn't easy. Am I going to be arrested?
Yes.
I'm going to be detained and so forth. But we got the courage and went. Because by that time, most of our boys have been deployed anyway.
Okay.
The interesting thing is that when I went to see the CEO, he just said, "Could you sit down?" Which was a very unusual way of a commander talking to a subordinate. I said, "What's that?" So he had got orders from Odadewonten, the army commander, that there was going to be a trouble in 5 battalion that night, and that he should detail me to stop it. It was very interesting. Here am I plotting to remove them, and now they have given me the authority
to stop it.
So I reorganized the whole thing, and that's why I succeeded, because nobody expected that it will come from me, you know.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
You played that pivotal role in there. So, so the entire 4 months of the AFRC,
yes,
true to the time the elections were held.
Right.
That's the kind of relationship you had with Judge John Rawlings. He wasn't the president of the country.
No.
He wasn't in charge at all.
He wasn't in charge at all. I mean, I was the head of government. You can ask any of our colleagues who are alive.
Okay.
Kofi and others, and they will confirm this. Even General Hamidu.